Hello, hello world, and welcome. We are live streaming from the XYZ Creative Center in beautiful Conegliano, Italy. The track that we were just listening was La Noche Blanca by Nuevo, aka Alberto Braido. He is a young local artist from Vittorio Veneto, a city nearby, and this is a new track he just released, and it was the perfect opening to tune in and start to warm up for the beautiful show we have today. So if this is the first time you're tuning in, this is 0 to 100. It's an interesting show. We named it 0 to 100 because we start from mellow vibes and now we're gonna grow all the way up to peak hour bangers. We're gonna spend together an hour or so listening to new releases, underground new projects like the one we just enjoyed by Alberto. And so it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a live chat. You can feel free to interact. The show today is going to be in English. We might switch over to Italian or other languages depending where you are tuning in from. We have already in the chat Matteo Gandin. Hello Matteo, ciao. And also of course Nuevo, Alberto Braido, the artist you just enjoyed. Just an initial introduction disclosure for this show. This show is for cultural and educational purposes only. The music shared comes from my personal vinyl collection, the Archive of XYZ, and is meant to spotlight underground and local scenes. We don't support the distribution of music on any platform. That remains the sole responsibility of the artists and the label and the labels. Now, today's show is going to be an interesting one because it's been crazy this year. Since the beginning of the year, we had a lot of guests that one after the other came to visit us. Of course, they joined the live show, the 0 to 100 show, and they brought their collections, their releases, their projects. And that kind of set apart a little bit, you know, the ongoing updates on what was going on with our archive and, you know, the records we were keeping an eye on. But tonight we are actually taking care of that. In fact, I'm going to share the records that kind of grabbed my attention from the beginning of the year, the records that I played the most in my sets, and the records that we played the most on rotation here at XYZ. Once again, feel free to interact live in the chat, and to get started, I want to share a very, very special release. This is a release that was initially, actually, I found out about this artist a couple of years ago. And it was in 2019. The name of the project is Solar X. And it's an interesting one. The name of the artist is Roman Belavkin. He's been deeply involved with AI research and mathematics at British universities, but he has Russian roots, if I'm not mistaken. But the interesting thing is that this record that we are about to enjoy goes back to the 90s. It's a beautiful story. This guy, he was in the Wushu national Russian team. He got injured and spent basically 2 years stuck at home. And he ended up using this year to create music, electronic music. Now imagine at the time it was like early 90s. And this record was created between 1992 and 1994. I already shared the releases of the previous project, which was X-rated in 2019 on this show. This was like the debut album on Galaxy, the chill, label, let's call it like this, the ambient chill electronic label of the Trip family by Nina Kravitz. And this is like the new release. And I've been playing this record quite a lot. It's incredibly versatile. It has mellow chill vibes, but also something that links back to the track you just enjoyed by Nuevo Alberto Braido. So I'm gonna let it play, and we're gonna start to warm up for what's coming today. This is Solar X, the new release. I'm going to be on the chat at the same time. Feel free to interact and enjoy 0 to 100 streaming live from the XYZ Creative Center in beautiful Conegliano, Italy. What a fantastic release. I actually chose this track to get started because it starts with mellow vibes and then it peaks and then it lands again somewhere. I've shared during, while we were listening, I showed you the back of the cover, but I'm gonna show you also the front because it's quite trippy, I would say. But I like it because it has some photos of Roman, so you can get a glimpse into his creative world. Fantastic. So, how are you doing? Let us know in the chat. Interact live. We have someone new. Yeah, welcome all. Well, this takes us to this other record. And funny enough, today we have a program jam-packed with Italian records or records that come from Italian projects. And this is a very, very special one because it comes from Collettivo Immaginario. And this is a project by Tommaso Cappellato. Tommaso Cappellato is a fantastic drummer. Is actually one of my favorite drummers in terms of jazz drummers, but also experimental. I would say he is an experimental artist. He's a well-rounded professional, I would say, because not only he's a great drummer, he's a composer. I also had the opportunity to enjoy some of his live sets. So if this is the first time you hear about Tommaso, go and check him out. This project is basically came to life together with the pianist Alberto Lincetto and the bass player Niccolò Massetto. I really enjoyed it because this trio is known for their experimental blend of eclectic jazz, funk, down-tempo beats, and I played this record quite a lot. I played it in my chill sets, jazz sets, once again since February of this year, but I wasn't able to share it with you until today. So I'm very happy to be able to play this for you. Well, you have both sides are incredibly beautiful. One is Luce, the other one is Luna Gioia. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna let you enjoy it, and I will then share this also the label, so you can take a screenshot and go and find out more about this project by Tommaso, Alberto and Niccolò. Enjoy! Live streaming from the XYZ Creative Center from beautiful Conegliano, Italy.
Segui la mia onda su nel cielo, fiore laggiù, se ci sei tu a disegnare il mio futuro.
Collettivo Immaginario, Luce, what a beautiful release, what a beautiful release. And it's a funny one as well, because, you know, we kept playing in our rotation here during studio sessions, and, you know, when we just needed to unplug for a little while and rest our ears. It's such a mellow record. Also, I think I'm going to share the cover, the label, so you can eventually take a screenshot if you like. And here you have it. There you go. This was, out of the two tracks, this was Luce, so it's a vibrant track that combines 80s jazz funk elements with a touch of boogie in an extended multi-rhythmic version that keeps the energy grooving. And I couldn't agree more. What a wonderful project. Congratulations once again, Tommaso, Alberto, Nicolò. Keep up the great work. We're gonna keep on listening and spinning your records. On to the next record for 0 to 100 for today's episode. This is also a special one because we continue to stay, I would say, to fly on Italian vibes. Because this record is produced by an Italian artist and is released by Monk Records for their 6th release. The title is Future Empire EP, and the artist is Gianmaria Coccoluto, also known as GNMR. I'm not going to spoil it. While we enjoy it, I'm going to share with you the cover of the record so you can learn a little bit something more about this release. I'm playing this track because we're still in the first part of the show. We're building up towards peak hour bangers, but on this record, the other versions that you find, they are incredibly full of energy. So it's a jam-packed production, and yeah, can get tired of playing it. Also, it has been sitting in my record bag for a couple of months already, and I enjoy it. Here you go, GNMR Future Empire EP, live streaming from XYZ Creative Center in beautiful Conegliano, Italy.
morte non è il peggio. Ci sono cose molto più orribili della morte. Riesci a immaginarlo? Durare attraverso i secoli, sperimentando ogni giorno le stesse futili cose.
Very, very interesting track. Fantastic. Fantastic, really, when you want to just slow down a bit, take the audience or, you know, go somewhere else. Yeah, I enjoyed this record quite a lot. Also because having this track, which is a little bit slower, a little bit more calm, and having the other tracks on the record with definitely more energy, it's fantastic. Like, especially when you're traveling, when you have to play multiple sets and you find yourself in having to well, make certain decisions of how many records and which records you're gonna take with you. This has been definitely something that I enjoy out of this record. And here's the front of the release. So GNMR Future Empire EP, fantastic, fantastic release. Definitely well done, Gianmaria. Moving on, now we are, I have to say thank you, I have to say, well, a special thanks to Luther Vine for this one, because Luther is curating a series of releases on Phonica AM, and this is Rhythms of Prescott. Once again, this record came out in November of 2024, but I still have it in my record bag. Different versions, different tracks, and I'm just going to let it play and let you enjoy it because it's worth sharing. Phonica AM proudly introduces the last release from the upcoming Irish-born producer and DJ Rhythm of Prescott. For fans of Pepe Bradcott and Derek Carter, this record is a must-have, and I couldn't agree more. Once again, thank you, Luther, for sharing this. Enjoy it, everyone. Streaming live from the beautiful XYZ Creative Center in Conegliano, Italy. We're gonna spend together an hour moving from mellow vibes to peak hour bangers. Take it all in. Rhythms of Prescott, the Instigator EP. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful release on Phonica AM. I'm going to share also the, well, I'm going to share both the B and A sides so you can have a look at it. And on this side there is the iconic Phonica AM stamp. Definitely a record to add to your collection. I'm pretty sure you can still find a copy around if you are curious enough to dig around, maybe on Phonica website or on your local at your local record store. Definitely something to add to your record bag. Now, I want to just take a minute to invite you to like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. I'm going to share with you this. This is an interesting little update, I would say. Are a couple of numbers that kind of caught my attention the past month when I was having a look at the stats of our channel. And as you can see, these numbers are quite interesting because basically, the 70% of people that enjoy the show are not subscribers. So only the 30%. So 1 out of 3, I would say, is a returning member of the audience. So 70% of you haven't subscribed yet to the channel. So give it a go. Subscribe now. It's going to help a lot to support this channel, to support the projects that we are dedicating ourselves to and supporting the local underground scene. And most importantly, by subscribing to the channel, you're going to be the first one to know when we are going live, when we are going to release new records, and when we are going to publish some new videos that maybe we don't announce on other social networks, because YouTube still remains the biggest, I would say, community online that connects with us to ModeZero and to XYZ. So give it a go, thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's going to help a lot, and yeah, you're going to be the first one to know when we are active again. Thank you for your support. On that note, we are going to move on to the next record. But first, let me have a look at the chat and what's going on live. So, we have, tuning in from South Africa, Uncle Noise. Where are you connecting from? Where are you based? I spent quite a lot of time in Joburg and in Cape Town. Actually, in Cape Town, when I was there in South Africa for the last time, I had a blast. I had a blast. I was chatting right before the show, actually, with some artists from Cape Town. Let me see who I have still here. I can't seem to find it now, but yeah, the scene there is super active. I was blown away, but the time that I spent in South Africa has been incredible. I remember just walking out the door and like you could feel house music in the air. Like over here in Europe, what's considered pop music, over there is house music. House music is pop music in South Africa, and I really enjoyed the underground scene, the local production, the record stores. If you dig on our Instagram profile, I'm gonna let it here so you can have a look at it. You will find some tips, some addresses of stores and clubs and links to other artists from South Africa. So yeah, Let us know where you are tuning in, and thank you for joining the show. It's always a pleasure to have have you all. We have a lot of people tuning in from Africa, from Europe, from Middle East and Asia, and also from the United States. So we are a niche, small audience, but incredibly diverse in terms of connections worldwide. Who else do we have? We have live. You're popping in. Yeah, feel free to join the chat. Let us know where you are connected, and we'll be happy to engage with you in real time. Now, we have another special record. Here we go back to Italy. And the reason why I shared this record, and I'm going to share with you the cover in just about a minute, is because I was so surprised to see who was behind the production of this record. The name that caught my eye initially, it was Valterino. So if you don't know who Valterino is, because many of you are tuning in from abroad, like they're not from Italy, Valterino is, at least in my opinion, a great producer. He comes from Veneto region, northeast Italy, beautiful Venice region. I had the pleasure of enjoying his sets, his productions, and I had the opportunity of meeting him back in the 90s, end of 90s, early 2000s. I think the first time I've seen him playing, it was at the New York Jazz. New York Jazz was a club in Venice region, and my mind was blown away because Valterino at the time was one of the few DJs that had this unique touch of playing and merging into his sets some breakbeat records. And I still vividly remember being on the dance floor, and all of a sudden the next record comes in, he was playing, and I said, what the hell's going on here? Like, instead of having the four on the dance floor, comes in this breakbeat, and I thought like that touch was genius. And that led me to find out more about who was this guy. A few years went by, and I had the opportunity to interview him for a local music network TV show. Funny enough, I met him again last year when he was opening together with Massimino Lipoli for Tony Humphries at Muretto here in Veneto, in beautiful Venice region. And this record actually is I would say, a collaboration between Valterino, Marcellino, and Keller. And they're known as Eno 2. And the title of this record is Ralph. Ciao, Ralph. So some of you probably know Ralph. He's another incredibly popular and legendary DJ, Italian DJ. I'm gonna read you something about this. There are a couple of notes that Valterino shared, and the idea from this record came from an interview with the uncle from Italy that was released on YouTube. So there are segments of this interview on the record, and I thought also the arrangement was quite funny. There is an instrumental version and also like a full vocal version that I'm gonna play for you. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna then share also with you the cover so you can have a look at it and screen grab it and take a screenshot if you want to find out more, of course, about this record, but also about Valterino, Marcellino, and Keller. Enjoy! Streaming live from beautiful Conegliano, Italy, XYZ Creative Center. This is 0 to 100, streaming live for 1 hour, enjoying good underground music. Take it all in.
Ho detto bene? Benissimo, benissimo. L'ho detto tante volte, il meccanismo del ballo è un meccanismo ancestrale per l'uomo, no? È una cosa che ripeto e lo dico anche in questa occasione, prima ancora di imparare a scrivere o a parlare, un bambino appena sta in piedi, se gli metti un ritmo lui balla. 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 Il ballo è il muoversi con un ritmo, è una cosa che è insita nell'uomo, no? Per cui passano gli anni, io ho cominciato che avevo, non so, ho cominciato in radio in realtà, la mia carriera musicale, gratuitamente ovviamente, andavo a scuola. E poi ho cominciato nell'82 per 18.000 lire allo Storyteller. Balla. Balla. Ho un pubblico che sa quello che faccio e mi permette di esprimermi al mio meglio, insomma, non devo scendere a compromessi. Questa è una cosa molto bella e insomma, ringrazio il destino per questo, penso di essere fortunato. Balla. 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 Dare l'opportunità alla gente di incontrarsi, di stare bene, di ballare, di conoscersi. Sì, io sono molto felice quando posso fare una cosa come questa. Però quando ero ragazzino vedevo sempre un cartone animato di Hanna e Barbera, che c'era Ralph, ciao Ralph. 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 Ralph, ciao Ralph.
This was Ralph Ciao Ralph, a fantastic project by Ino2, Valterino, Marcellino and Keller. Share with you the cover once again if you want to grab a screenshot. It's definitely one to add to your collection. I've received actually from the last episodes a good feedback when we share records that feature some Italian vocals from our international audience. So here's another one to add to your collection. Go search it. I'm pretty sure you can still find a copy around. The one you see here, on the other hand, is Zelda, is one of our music cats, who's always curious when she hears some records playing to come and visit us. But now she's sitting on the wrong place, so we're gonna put her here. And I am going to, well, first of all, let's have a look who's live online. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. Let us know where you are tuning in from. In the chat, we are live. So I want to take a minute to share, let me just go back to my show notes, to share a nice story today. This is a story that comes actually from a couple of weeks ago. I was in Milan, in Italy, and I stopped by at the Serendipity music store. It's a fantastic record store. Go and search for them, Serendipity Milan. On my way back, I said, okay, I'm just gonna take another route. I'm just gonna cross through this park nearby, and I'm not just gonna walk back from the same street I came from, because I wanted to see if something, would have happened. I would have discovered something new. And in fact, that is exactly what happened. So as I turned the corner, I started to hear some music, and my attention instantly got grabbed. Funny enough, I walked like 50 meters and I see a little music venue, and facing the outside of the venue, there was a console, like with turntables set up. And I said, what's going on here? So I stopped by and I started to listen what they were playing, and the music actually was pretty good. Turns out that this bunch of guys was, well, the Sonica Collective, and it was such a nice encounter. Let me see if I have a photo to share with you, so you can have a look at this and understand who I'm talking about. So these guys are the Sonica Collective. They're an incredible and fun bunch of artists that surprised me quite a lot, I would say, because not only they were taking care of a great music selection, the venue was packed, but also they gave me one of these. Yeah, let me switch camera because I really want to show them. I really want to show this to you. So first of all, here you see them. This is the bunch of fellows that I bumped into, and yeah, they are incredibly nice, full of energy, and it was a pleasure just to hang out and learn more about their project. But the cool part was that when you walked in the venue, they had set up in a corner like this little, I don't even know what to call them, these little boxes or envelopes. And they gave me one. And I said, what is this? And they said, this is a 3D printed cookie. So I'm gonna switch cam and I'm gonna show it to you, so you can have a look at it. There we go. This is a 3D printed cookie. And I thought it was an incredibly original idea. And I'm gonna open it with you live, so you can have a look at it as well. There we go. So, I know what you want, but this is not for you. Zelda is unbelievable. Always the fastest one, right? Okay, so let me see if I can open it here maybe, so you can enjoy the experience together with me in real time. So these are the 3D printed cookies, and it comes in this nice little box they used to brand their project. You see, they gave me also one of their stickers. Thank you, Zelda, for your help. And inside there is a 3D printed cookie that I'm gonna show you. If Zelda is not gonna eat it first, huh? Where you wanna go? You're too little. Come here. And here we go. I think I'll have to switch back to the front cam before Zelda is gonna eat it. And check this out. Wait, because it's quite fragile. But I think it's interesting. Oh, I think I broke it. I think I broke it, but let me see if I'm gonna be fast enough to take it out and show you how it was printed. So this is what remains from the 3D printed logo they had, the Sonica logo, and I thought it was an incredibly clever idea to market their project. I think Zelda is going to taste it before I do, but I managed to bring it back quite intact, I would say. Quite an interesting idea to brand a project, and it was a good strategy, because like people got curious, they got close to the console, they learned more about what they were doing. And on that note, I'm going to share with you also their Instagram profile, so you can go and have a look at what they are doing. I'm gonna drop them in the chat as we speak. So here we go. I'm gonna put them one by one in just about a minute, so you can feel free to dig. And I'm just gonna start with the Sonica Records. Is it called the name account, the main account? And then I'm gonna drop also the other profiles of every single artist that performed that night, and also Luca, I think it was the name who of the guy who printed the three-dimensional cookies. I thought that was genius, and this goes to say that like the underground world is packed and filled with creative people that never get tired to experiment, never get tired to explore new creative ways to share their projects. So I will leave you to that. And once again, if you don't know them, have a look at them, get in touch. If you are in Modena or Milan, or London as well sometimes, have a look at them. Sonica Records, very, very good underground project, and yeah, delicious cookies. I have more. I have more. Okay, so moving on to the next record of today's show. This is a wonderful release. I actually had to go and grab it from my bag because it's still sitting in my bag. I played this quite a while, and it comes from a very, very special label. The record I'm talking about is Gazos by Konduku, and this was released on Bita, which is DJ Nobu's label. I bought, played, collected, and shared at XYZ all their beta releases, and there wasn't a disappointing one until now. Like I already pre-booked and pre-ordered the new and latest upcoming one, which I'm probably gonna be able to share in the next shows. But this one was basically following up on the Hypo EP released in 2023. By Dutch techno refractor Konduku, who makes like a welcome back new release on Bita, with another 4 cuts of prismatic club fueled release. Throughout his consistent output, Ruben Uvets applies non-standard ideas to the techno formula. And I think this is spot on. Like all the other beta releases, this is jam-packed with incredibly hypnotic vibes. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm going to let you enjoy it. We are streaming live from XYZ Creative Center in beautiful Conegliano, Italy. This is 0 to 100 streaming live, moving from mellow vibes to peak hour bangers. Enjoy! This was Gazo's Konduku, released on Bita, DJ Nobu's label. What a fantastic release. Let me show you the actual record so you can have a look at it. Comes with the distinctive Bita logo, and yeah, in a quite minimal style, I would say, that defines all the Bita releases. What a fantastic piece of music. Okay, good. I want to take a minute to actually to thank and mention Flusso Music. FlussoMusic.com, powering this episode, is a brand new project dedicated entirely to underground music, and specifically to underground music that pushes a little bit the limit and explores like new territories, like through experimental sounds and arrangements. And this project came to life from Matteo Salviato and me. You can visit it at flussomusic.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter. You're going to be the first one to know when we're going to open up the doors. It's still closed. We're still living an embryonic phase of the project, but it's an incredible project. So flussomusic.com, go and enjoy and stay tuned for the upcoming releases that you are going to see coming under this project. All right, so let's have a look what else we have here. First of all, well, let me say hello. Zelda, you like to stay here tonight, don't you? Let me say hello to Matteo Gandin watching live from Conegliano. That's fantastic having people tuning in from this city. If you don't know where Conegliano is close to Treviso, right before the Prealps. Is a magical town, and so yeah, I encourage you to come and visit the city. Jam-packed with artists, a lot of venues, live bands, a lot of DJs, so yeah, you never get tired when you come to Conegliano. And today, to stay in, I would say, tuned on Italian vibes, I have to share this release, because this comes from another Italian artist. His name is Andrea, also known as Schedule. Schedule is an artist from Cortina, active not only in Cortina but also in Milan, and played internationally, released like tons of good records, and this one was released earlier this year, and it's part of another project that I really enjoyed. And this specific track that I'm going to play for you in just about a minute is named Mind Control. I'm going to play it right at this point because it gives you an idea of how it propels you into a different universe. I really like Andrea's production, and this one is another one to add to the collection if you haven't heard of him before. Here comes Schedule. Enjoy it all in. I'm gonna share the label in a minute, so then you can take a screenshot if you want to find out more about his projects.
Mind control. Mind control. Manipulation. This term evokes images of psychological manipulation of individuals having the power to influence and direct the minds of others at their whim. Mind control. Mind control. concept of mind control has fascinated and frightened minds for decades. Manipulation, mind control, mind control, manipulation. This term evokes images of psychological manipulation, of individuals having the power to influence and direct the minds of others at their whim. Mind control. Mind control. Manipulation. Mind control.
Schedule, mind control, what a bomb, what a bomb. Actually, this one is a record that was released on Unearthed Records, a label and party event based in Austin, Texas. Yeah, apparently this is the first vinyl release, Werva 002. Compilation featuring emerging talents from Italy and Argentina. Check them out. I really enjoyed this release. Also, the other tracks on the record, and I'm gonna share it with you so you can have a look at it and grab a screenshot if you like. So want to add to your bag. Incredibly versatile record. Definitely something that you're not gonna get tired of playing anytime soon. Stay tuned on schedule, I would say, vibes. Well, for those who don't know schedule, he also runs his own label, Nord Limited. I found out about the label thanks to him when I met him last year, and he talked to me about the label. I really enjoyed the project, and I found out that at the time I pre-ordered one of his records without knowing it was him behind the label. So what a beautiful encounter. And still, of course, I'm tuned on the newest releases. The one that I'm about to play for you is actually the 9th release of Nord Limited, and I won't spoil it. This is another of his track, and I'm gonna share with you in a minute also the cover. Enjoy Nord Limited 009. This is Schedule.
This is
schedule. Nord Limited Edition 009. Pure hypnotic and sharp acid techno. I really enjoyed also the Enrico Vivaldi track that you find on this record. I'm going to share with you the label so you can have a look at it. Here we go. It comes like with the classic Nord Limited design. I really like this minimal approach. It makes it easy to find when you scroll and browse through records in your record bag. So that's a nice consistent look, which sometimes, you know, it's an element that gets lost release after release on many labels. And with Andrea's work and what he's doing with Nord Limited is something I appreciate. So yeah, well done, schedule. And also, congratulations on the wedding, the recent wedding. Wish you all the best. What a great news, and what a beginning of a new chapter. All the best. Okay, this brings us to almost to the end of our show, 0 to 100. Generally, we move from mellow vibes to peak hour bangers, and we have ready the last record that we're going to play tonight. But before that, I'm going to have a quick recap on the upcoming events for this month. So we just released a series, an incredible series of artist spotlight on our YouTube channel. You can find them from the homepage, and this is a YouTube series dedicated to showcasing and sharing underground artists, to share their stories, what inspires them, what goals they have, you know, where their inspiration comes from in terms of music, to give the right context, the right information beyond a simple DJ set that you might find online. And we like to do that especially with emerging artists or underground artists that probably the most don't know. So we released a series with the Plastic Cuts crew and the People crew, two projects from Portogruaro in Venice region. So we had Fiorenzo Angelo, Coraz, Marvez and Barbe. Go and have a look at them if you haven't yet. Coming up next, we have an episode of Artist Spotlight with Andy. He was recently, actually, on the last 0 to 100 episode, guest at XYZ, so you can enjoy the episode as well. And his episode of the Artist Spotlight is going to be live on YouTube on the 5th of June. Following up on the 10th of June, there's going to be me and Andy. This time he's going to interview me for a lovely event that was a collab between Kiwi Music Affair and Tortuga Club. It happened, well, it took place downtown at Tokai, this beautiful listening bar with a nice vinyl console, and the release of this interview is going to happen on both our YouTube channel on the 10th of June. So write that down. 3 days later, on the 13th of June, there's going to be my DJ sets for Kiwi Music Affair and Tortuga Club, still live on YouTube. And also on the 20th of June, there's going to be the DJ set of Neia, this upcoming young, talented girl that loved to DJ that night at Kiwi Music Affair and Tortuga. You're gonna have there also her DJ sets. And closing the month on the 27th of June, Cristina Geretti will have her show live on our YouTube channel. This time part of the Basement Project by Ilasi in the beautiful Belluno area. Is going to be the first time that the Basement Project explores the outside world, I would say, as the DJ set and the event took place in a beautiful forest surrounding Belluno. So also a nice location. With that, we are at the end of 0 to 100. If you enjoyed the show, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, it helps a lot, and share it with your friends, other like-minded people that might enjoy music as much as you do and probably are curious and interested to know other other people in the chat and during our live streams. This record that we're going to play is the last record, and as tradition goes for 0 to 100 shows, we end up with a banger. And this record is a very, very special one because it's a present. I'm going to show you also who gave me this record. And here we go. Let me bring the photo up and running. And you're gonna have it on a minute there on your screen. This record was given to me by Dura. Dura is a dear friend and a DJ from the north of Germany, and our friendship goes back to the 90s. It's been like a fantastic to see him again recently when I visited him in Dortmund. And this record, the first time that I came across this record, it was actually on, well, it was actually in 2003. It was a night, I still remember, in Bochum, in Germany, and it was played by a fantastic duo, the Disco Boys. I don't know how many of you know the Disco Boys, but I absolutely love them. I've seen them since the late 90s and early 2000 multiple times. Is a DJ duo from Hamburg, Raphael Kirchhoff and Gordon Holenga. Have a look at them on their social profile if you're still able to stay tuned and you happen to be in Germany at the right time. Go and visit them. They have an incredible palette of sounds and records that I never get tired of listening and enjoying. One night they played this record that I have here, and this record was released in 2003. It came out on 2002, but on vinyl in 2003, and they played it that night in Bochum. I was there with Dura DJ, and we absolutely loved it. We loved it so much that we played it ever since in every party, and pretty much every party in the town we went in the northwest Germany, in Düsseldorf, Dortmund, Bochum, all that area, you know, we never got tired of playing and spinning this record. The record is Jakarta, One Fine Day, and this version is the Cicada remix. It's probably one of the records with the most memories attached. And this past week when I was in Dortmund again and I met Dura, he gave it to me as a present. I couldn't believe it because he actually gave me the first initial release of the record. I'm gonna share it with you, so if you want to have a look at the cover, you can give it a go. You probably, if you dig around, you might be able to find, still find a version of this record. To be honest, the song you probably heard it before, but this specific track is like mind-blowing, and I'm not gonna wait any further. I'm gonna play it for you. 0 to 100 streaming live from beautiful Conegliano, Italy, XYZ Creative Center. Take it all in. This is Jakarta, One Fine Day, Cicada remix. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Stefano, Dura DJ. This is a beautiful, beautiful gift. Enjoy.
open up my mouth. One fine day. Open up my mouth. One fine day.
Jakarta One Fun Day, Chicada remix. Oh, what a bomb, an absolute bomb. Fantastic, fantastic release. Stefano, dear Dura DJ, thank you so much for this gift. It brings back so many memories. Well, who knows, maybe when you're gonna be in Italy next time, you can join us live during the show and you're gonna share with us some of the stories from, you know, that magical time, I would say. One last thing. Before wrapping up today's show, I want to take a minute to mention our ModeZero store. If you go to our website, ModeZero.xyz, you can tap on the merchandise tab and enter our ModeZero store. From the store, you can buy gadgets, t-shirts, whatever you like, and these gadgets can power your days. They can support you in your everyday life, or turn, you know, your nights out at clubbing or at festivals or your workouts into something special, because all the money that we make from the sales of the store, we devolve it to charity, specifically to AIRC, which is an organization that in Italy supports the research and fight against cancer. So on one hand, you power up your life with something useful. On the other, you help, fight for a good cause. This is something that is very close to us, and we really try to make a difference. So thank you all for your support, and if you still are not familiar with it, have a look at it. There is a link in the chat live. Thank you all for your support. With that said, this takes us to the end of today's episode, 0 to 100. We are live streaming every month, and we spend together an hour or so moving from mellow vibes to pick our bangers. So it's a nice evolution, a nice story, and usually we play music you don't hear anywhere else. So if you like it, subscribe and share it with like-minded friends. We'll be happy to keep seeing this community growing. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna keep playing like another version of this record that I just shared with you because it's just too good. Thank you again for tuning in, and stay tuned. 0 to 100. Bye.
Turning around, where was once a question to the rain.